Welcome back, everyone. We have another weekly watch list. I'm really excited for this week, just because last week with FOMC and being a newer trader again, I've been doing this full time now for a year. They're just not the most enjoyable weeks to trade. I found myself almost over trading a little bit on Wednesday, and I know that the next time this FOMC definitely going to test my discipline, but I will sit out that entire day. It's just not worth it. And honestly, I may even consider sitting out Monday and Tuesday as well. It's just really crappy price action leading up. Even Thursday, the day after, was just crap. So I ended the week small red, very small. And, it's obviously not ideal, not what I want. And it's not so much that I took bad trades. I think a lot of my trades were part of my rules. I always trade my plans. But because of the not so great price action and the extra volatility around FOMC, the follow through was just unexpected or not there at all. So moving on, fresh week, and I'm really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to trading my system, staying disciplined, even trying some new things as I work on things. And one of those things, if you will, this week is going to be adding to winners. I've been mostly trading one or two contracts at a time, mostly one. And that does make it a little bit hard sometimes to scale out, I've found, because you can't. If you have, say, two contracts at least, okay, you scale that first winner 20, 25, 30%, more if you're lucky. You can set that second one at a stop loss or break even. No matter what, you're still going to get that 20, 25, 30%, 40%, whatever it may be, right? And I found myself a few times this past week and just in the past where since if I was only playing one contract or trading one contract, I would not take that 20% base hit because, of course, you want the maximize. And if you're looking at your setup and you have your certain price targets and your first price target, is looking at a 60, 70, 80% gain, you're going to hold on to the position longer and then not have any ability to scale out. And, of course, not take that 20%. Next thing you know, the trade is going against you. And you stop out for your loss, respecting your original stop loss plan. And you've just turned a green trade to red. And I found myself do that a couple times. So definitely gonna look to that this week. If I'm playing just one contract, then I would just add one additional one once there's confirmation of a winning trade, or maybe once I have that first 20% locked in, then I add to the trade. Okay, so that's going to be part of my plan this week for sure. But let's get into the levels here. So starting off with QQQ, we have back at all-time highs. Go figure. So first resistance is going to be at all-time highs, and that's Friday's high. Monday's low is going to be first support here at this 422.8. And then I do have this zone here, which does line up with some fibs here of this resistance turn support that we saw on Friday. Definitely a key level here. So I will be watching this zone. I don't have it marked with a level. It's just a zone where I'm marking out resistance turn support or support turn resistance. And I did see this impulse move here on the hourly, so I did chart the fib, and I will be watching the 61 and 50 for a retracement, which watch, we're just going to get it in the pre-market, so it won't even matter anyways, but we'll see. But obviously it's nice to see that the 50 fib lines up right with that resistance turn support zone. So that's what I will be watching on QQQ. Other supports obviously going to be down here. If we break Friday's low of day, I'll be looking for a move back down here. And then below, which would be 417.82, and below that 416.55. So let's go over to SPY. All right, so over on SPY, we're on the hourly. So same thing, back at all-time highs. We have our low of day Friday here. We're looking at this first. If we break that, my next support is going to be down here at 483.81, below that 42.68. And these are pretty much the same areas. So like say we broke this support, I wouldn't be looking at short entries until we possibly broke this support as well, since they're so close together. But obviously all-time highs for next resistance. And again, I do have obviously QQQ and SPY are so similar, like the charts are almost identical most of the times. I do have resistance turn support here as well. And we could even chart this impulse move as well. I'll probably throw this up here because I do like to see if there's any follow through, maybe in the pre-market. See if there's any pullback here. We get the 50 fib right at this zone, or the 61 here as well. So I will mark that. And usually, as you can see, I just have the 38 to 78 listed. But what I'll do is actually in the trading day, I'll remove these as well. So I just have these two I'm looking for, the 50 and the 61. Okay. So that's going to be my plans for SPY this week. And then lastly, on IWM, we'll wrap up with that. Let's see. So no all-time highs, obviously, for IWM, quite a ways away from that. First support is going to be Friday's low at 192.39. First resistance, Friday's high, 195.51. If we do break the support, my next support is going to be down here at 191.5. And below that, I do have 189.22, which if I zoom out here, that is down here. So there's a little bit of room here if we do break. There's a nice room here, about $2 move down if we do break that. Now, notice the red zone that I have here. That is going to be supply. So I will mark supply and demand if I see it very, very clearly. Okay, so as you can see here on the 1 hour, we do have a really clear supply zone. We have a small green candle followed by a very large red candle, and that's what's going to mark supply. Supply has to be small green followed by a very large red. So I usually just go to wick high to the body low of that first green candle. So that's where I'm at with the supply. And again, having this on the 1 hour right next to Friday's high, there's definitely going to be a lot of selling here, most likely. So this could present a really nice opportunity, short opportunity here, Monday session. I do have a temporary level here at 196.89. I can also use this as a price target. Like say we break through this Friday's high, we break through we're not rejecting in supply and you enter longs, you could be looking at first price target here just because we did have major selling here last Wednesday. Okay, and this was for FOMC, so we'll see how legitimate that is. Above that, my next resistance is 198.94, and then above that, 199.41. So that's going to wrap up the plans for this week. If you guys did enjoy, please consider subscribing to the channel. Drop a comment, drop a like, share the video. I would really, really greatly appreciate that. So again, I'm doing this to help myself, helps me learn, and most importantly, because I just enjoy doing this. I wish you all the best week inside and outside the markets, family, career, business, relationships, whatever it may be, and I will see you all in the next watch list.